Why do you think dating has become so hard in this new day and age?
Because men won't evolve.
So there are a lot of reasons, but I will say that I think that there is something to be said for the influence of these dating coach guys that you see on TikTok and on YouTube and other places, where their whole shtick is be mean to women and call her fat and don't call her back and demand that she be submissive.
I think it's because someone has convinced men that they're the prize.
My G's, listen, today's video was brought to you by our favorite producers of ball trimmers, Manscaped. 2022 is on the way, and the last thing that you want is to be the guy with pubes getting in your way. 2021 sucked. Listen, I know, I get it, and that's why Manscaped is making a splash by upping your grooming game. Their signature Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take down every pube in its path. Manscaped engineered the ultimate growing and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and an incredible, comfortable grooming experience. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology, and it's even waterproof. Now let's talk about being clean, feeling good, and smelling fresh. The new Ultra Premium Body Wash from Manscaped solves all three for the perfect addition to your daily grooming routine, but just in the shower, okay? I shower every day, and I've been using it. It's amazing. The body wash is infused with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturized. With Manscaped, you'll be a brand new man and ready to kick all the gross hair and gross smells out with 2021. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use my link at manscaped.com/MTR. That's 20% off with free shipping if you use my link. What are y'all waiting for? I'm all in on confidence and smelling good this new year, so join me with Manscaped. On to the show. All right, guys, you're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video. Y'all already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Title of today's video, Why Dating Has Become So Hard. Now, this is a TikTok compilation that I have not seen. It was sent to me via my Instagram, at Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. It's long, but you know how to spell. If you don't, there's a link to it down in the description box down below. Would appreciate your follow, and would especially appreciate you guys continuing to send me fantastic content. All right? Haven't seen this one, but I think we're going to have some fun. Without further ado.
Why do you think dating has become so hard in this new day and age?
Because men won't evolve. For the bulk
of
of
course.
history, men have subjugated women, and therefore women have relied on men primarily for survival, which means a lot of our ancestors settled for mediocre men they didn't actually love. They did whatever they had to do to survive in the hopes that their offspring would grow up and have better choices. Only in recent years have women had better choices because they can participate in capitalism. Remember, women haven't always had the power to vote, especially black women in this country. And women weren't even allowed to have their own bank accounts until the 70s.
What? You know what's so interesting about that argument is what she said is that because of capitalism. And men so often say that we don't care about your pocket, right? I would say that the increase of options of women is because of transportation, cars, airplanes, social media, right? Like things that gets us outside of where it is that we're at. But, you know, she started from this position of subjugation, which, you know, SAT word that's like oppressed, if I'm not mistaken, right? So she's saying men oppressed women and men have not evolved. That's why dating sucks here today, but then starts from a position of not knowing what the hell men care about, a capitalist argument, which is, well, I know I got to keep on doing this content because apparently we're not reaching all the ones that we need to.
Or open a credit card. Now that we have our own money and our own resources for survival, we no longer need men, which is why so many women that would otherwise, in another point of history, settle for these mediocre men no longer have to. What? Because men have never been the prize. They used violence throughout history to make us think so.
Why do you think dating...
Oh, Listen, I'm not going to be here and say, I'm not a history buff or anything like that. But to think at some point, at patriarchal times in history, there's a point in position there. But you have a fundamental hate for modern men today. And this is the thing, I could use this argument a bunch of different ways. It's just like you have not suffered from the shit that has happened to you in the past. So why do you keep on being a victim of something that happened generations before? And truth be told, I can say that for a lot of my brothers and sisters, because I am no victim because of where my lineage came from. I create every opportunity within my life, irrespective of the color of my skin. And women need to create every opportunity in their life, irrespective of being that gender. Yes, there was oppression and suppression that have happened throughout different portions of history to different people. But to be in modern times today, to be the most manicured of society, to have all of the options that you possibly can, but to still blame men that are not actively working under that mindset is absolutely and fundamentally insane. Let's move on.
It has become so hard in this new day and age.
Because far too many people are looking for people to complete them rather than doing the work to become whole in their own and finding someone that complements and adds to their life.
I'm with you, girl.
If you don't take the time to do emotional healing and you continue to search for attachments as opposed to connections, you're going to continue to repeat the same patterns that you've experienced and failed at in relationships. There is so much stock given to being in a romantic relationship that so many people just overlook the absolute blessing that solitude can be. When you take the time to be introspective and really get to know yourself, that's when you will be able to set those healthy boundaries and understand what you will and will not tolerate from other people of any kind of relationship, whether it's friends, family, or romantic. You have to learn to fall in love with yourself, your full self, before you would actually be able to build a sustainable relationship with another.
Why do you think dating has become so hard in this new day and age? I'll go first. I think it's because someone has convinced men that they're the prize.
Oh, Jesus.
So what they're now doing is giving women the bare minimum while still expecting the full package. Why?
Shut up! Listen, let me talk about this prize thing real quick, right? Because it comes up a lot of different times between, who's the prize? Is it man or a woman? And I think the prize is, listen, at the end of the day, I want a prize. I want to go after someone that I view as prize worthy. And I would hope that that person is looking out for someone else that is prize worthy as well. I think being the prize is not a gender construct. It's an individual thing, right? I can look at people, that are homeless, for example. Those are generally not a prize. Maybe to another homeless person, a homeless person could be a prize. But I am not going to say that that person is a prize, irrespective of gender, right? It has to go down to your value systems, your morals. What have you contributed to society? Your utility within society, okay? From a man's perspective, women have different metrics for that. You understand what I'm saying? But men and women are judged differently for that prize ranking. And I think what a lot of young women, especially with that first video, get misunderstood is that they are judging themselves based on being a prize versus how men are judged on being a prize. And from a relationship perspective, those two are not equal. We look for different things. All right. But again, someone told that men are the prize as she slowly takes off her glasses for dramatic effect. All right. Put your goddamn glasses back on. All right. Oh, she's got them back on. Let's keep going.
Why do you think dating has become so hard in this new day and age?
I'm losing my hoodie.
Because women are catching on to the fact that men, if they're not a really good partner, are the worst thing that can ever happen to a woman.
It's the same vice versa. You should be mature enough in your age to understand that that's a two-way street. And I talk about that on the channel all day. Men, if you meet the wrong one, it's one of the worst things that can ever happen to you within your life. One of the worst things. But the same thing for women. If you meet the wrong guy, one of the worst things. My most valuable asset is my time. I do not want my time wasted, ever. You understand what I'm saying? And bump all of the people that say, well, you learn something from it. No, that's a loser's mentality. No, don't get into a situation with someone that is not a good option for you, or leave at the point that you recognize that it is. She should be mature enough and lived enough life to understand that. But instead, it's men's fault.
We don't need them anymore. We have vibrators. We can raise kids on our own. We have plenty of intimate relationships, mostly with women a lot of the times, that fulfill all of our needs.
Holy moly.
We can get our sexual needs met, again, by a vibrator or one-night stands. So what do men offer us?
Is she getting one night?
Not even money and shit anymore. We don't need y'all. So we have to want y'all. And if you are not adding to our life, making it better, or being a supportive partner, you're just our fucking kid. So for women like me who don't want kids, now I have a kid. And if with women who do have kids, now you have another kid. So if he's not a true partner, women have everything to lose.
She's a 62-year-old, 17-year-old. Can you imagine like having a conversation with her? Like, can you imagine having a conversation with her and like having a critical thinking dialogue with her? You'd get absolutely nowhere. This is, just because someone is older in age doesn't mean that they necessarily know anything about life, guys. Okay. Doesn't mean anything. It's crazy to think like, when you're a little kid you like look at your parents as like the all-knowing, right, like they all knowledgeable, right? Like, and then you grow up and you just like looking at your parents sometimes like, why did you do that? Why do you think that? You know what I'm saying? I'm actually a little bit happy that she says that she doesn't want kids, because I couldn't imagine the things that she would try to teach a young girl or a young boy, right? But it's so crazy to think of from like our forefathers, from like an industrialization perspective, right? Like to creating so much of the things that we rely on within our earth to keep us safe. And not only just that, but then the people, right? Police department, army, male dominated. To think that we've created such a lovely society that women can now say, we don't need you anymore. How dare you? To lead with that layer of just pure nonsensical BS is so disrespectful.
Now you have another kid. So if he's not a true partner, women have everything to lose.
So there are a lot of reasons, but I will say that like I think that there is something to be said for the influence of these like dating coach guys that you see like on TikTok and on YouTube and other places, like where their whole shtick is like, whatever, like yelling at like insecure men about like how to get women, and all of their advice always basically boils down to just be a like dickless unfuckable loser.
Oh,
like
God.
Literally they're like, be mean to women and like call her fat and don't call her back and demand that she be submissive. And like men, particularly insecure men who are struggle dating, pick up on all of that because they think like, oh, these guys must have it together, when they don't. Like those guys who are giving out that advice with their stupid YouTube channel are equally unfuckable losers.
She attacked
and
me.
So like it's like this feedback loop where they're just giving each other like terrible advice.
What I find so interesting about that, God, this one is stressing me the hell out. This one is officially stressing me out. I gotta take off after this one. What I find so interesting about this one is that she kept on using the word insecure as she described, right, like the men and shit like that. And what I see here is just a level-headed hate for men in general, right? Like, or let me not say that. Let me just say, doesn't understand men at all. Right, and doesn't understand the plights that they go through. An 18-year-old young man, right, who's average in looks, average in height, right, like, and is encroaching on the world. And trying to get with women and constantly being put down. It will affect your confidence. It will affect. So there might be things that you might be insecure about. And let's not act like the majority of these coaches are saying completely insane things. You made it sound like it was completely insane, and I think it kind of puts more fuel on the fire as to why women hate sections like this without even looking at the content. But this is just a classic case of hurt people hurt people. And here's where I think that it comes from, is this because if a man has told you that you are overweight, is it that he heard that from some dating coach that's feeding him negative stuff, or is he telling you the truth? or that. Where have we gotten to in society when the truth can legitimately be considered hate? This can be quantified. All you got to do is put it in a BMI calculator, at least for a loose rubric of what is overweight and what is not overweight. So the ironic thing here is that you talk about this never ending cycle, but it could be a cycle of dudes speaking the truth to you and you hating on what he said and therefore continuing your disdain for the average man.
Why do you think dating has become so hard in this new day and age?
People are not genuine. People have ill intentions. People don't know how to communicate.
This is going to be the best answer of the whole
Nobody
video.
can just say what it is and mean what they say. They got to waste your time first.
There's a lot of that happening, yep.
Everybody just want to play a game. I done heard it from dudes. I done heard it from women. You got to play the game. I don't want to play no game. Why you can't say what you mean and mean what you say?
I'm with you, mama.
And this just be the end. Why we can't just be on the same page like that? Why I gotta, don't respond too quickly. Don't do that. I don't want to do all that. If I like you, I like you. The fuck, what's up?
I like her low key. Here's the thing though, when we go through this, you know, I was thinking in my mind is like, I wonder if the people who are responding are talking about heterosexual relationships or like not. You know what I'm saying? Like, which one? Anyway, let's keep going.
If I like you, I like you.
Hard in this new day and age.
It's an economic phenomenon called creative destruction, whereby new innovation replaces old mechanisms that are no longer needed. So, for example, vibrators nowadays are so good that women, men, partners that are non-binary, anyone is no longer needed because technology is too good.
Yeah, it takes it over.
The science guy, duh.
Why do you think dating has become so hard in this new day and age?
Social media, the internet, technology, I think that it provided us with too much information and access to too many different people all across the world.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, but it has its consequences.
Yes.
Now, if you were living in the day and age when they didn't have social media and the internet, if you went outside and you saw somebody who was cute, that's who you'd pursue because that's who you had access to.
I was just talking about this.
But today we have access to so many different people all across the world. Some people will be in relationships and very unhappy and they see somebody else on social media and they either break up with their person or cheat.
Her.
There are people who see relationship goals that sometimes are fake and now they have a high expectation of what they want. Some things are just a facade on social media and it causes like unrealistic expectations and it's just so many options. So it's like, I don't want to date this person. I don't want to date the wrong person. I want to wait on the right person. It's too much going on.
Yeah.
You know, life is very simple and I feel like social media has complicated it just a little bit. And I feel like, you know, we should just be a little bit more satisfied.
You have 5 seconds that you each.
All right. What's interesting about that? I like that last one. What's interesting about that one is that like it's not going to stop. In fact, it's going to speed up. I mean, shit. You guys see what they're doing with the metaverse? Holy moly! I got my virtual reality goggles right over there because I'm preparing. You know, I'm not scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people I see, you know, talk about, oh, I don't want it to happen and this, that, and the third. And I'm over here like, okay, let me start learning about it right now so I can take advantage of some business opportunities happening into the future. But that's just the way that my mind thinks. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Yeah, I need to get off of the sticks right now and just go take a nap or something like that. This one is, I know I got my hat on right now, but I definitely have my vein over here sticking up as I was going through some of these clips. Why has dating gotten so crazy? There's a multitude of reasons that I can't get into in this short clip, but dating sucks so much today. Right? With the Tinders, the social medias and all this shit like that. It sucks so much today as a man. It actually, to me, makes more sense to step back, work on yourself, build yourself up to a point where you even have to date anymore because they will come to you. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.